A lot of anticipation ahead of the data protection bill. Well, let me walk you through this bill. It's going to be one of a bill that will be changing a lot of dynamics, especially when it comes to matters to do with access to your information as someone in the public. So one of the key highlights of this bill is that the data protection bill will cover for personal data may be collected indirectly, where the data is contained in a public record. The data subject the data subject has deliberately made the data public. The data subject has consented to the collection from another source. So really, what does this mean for you at the end of the day? Of course, for us to just get some more perspectives into this, we have with us Alex Owiti. Thank you, Alex, for speaking to us on this very important data protection bill. So, Alex, what are some of the aspects that strike you in this bill?
I think most importantly is that looking at this data protection law that was signed by the president 4 days ago, is that it provides some safeguards, especially when it comes to your personal data. Mm-hmm. And especially we've been on this road whereby entities or individuals have misused data, our personal data. So this particular law in its totality protects or safeguards our personal data in how it is collected, in how it is processed, and and also in how it is being used. Mm-hmm. I think globally you saw last year social media companies being put into task, especially in terms of harvesting of this particular data for millions of users of social media platforms and actually breaching their privacy. And you know that there's an entity, an individual social media entity that is been fined billions of shillings for this particular issue. So this is one of the laws actually that is drawing from the Constitution itself. Remember, it protects the privacy of individuals, especially when we're talking about the fundamental rights and actually freedoms of individuals.
All right.
Yes.
And one of the aspects that I did observe in this bill as we were having a discussion with our producer, that is Dennis Omokunde, is that there'll also be a fine that will be introduced in this bill. That is a fine of 5 million shillings for, of course, for people who are offenders. Do you feel this is a fine that is worth the risk and the pressure that people are put at when their websites are hacked into or they're impersonated?
I think it goes beyond the 5 million. I think the 5 million is sort of like a deterrent measure towards ensuring that individuals do not, or entities do not misuse this particular data.
All right.
But remember that in the same breath of that particular law, you realize that they're talking about 2% fine to actually the commercial entities. But is it enough? The question is it enough? Because we are in the digital age. So what we're looking at is also in terms of the data controllers, if you like. How are they actually safeguarding this data that they have?
Okay.
Right.
Alex, we can't exhaust this right now. We want to just pave way for a quick commercial break. We'll simply be having Alex with us here on the show, and we'll be continuing with this discussion on the data protection bill. Also, we shall be having Adventure Diaries coming up after this break with Toby.